Well, it still says test stream. I don't know why it says that for, but it does. I went to the dashboard, changed the thing, and saved it. Update information. Says it updated it. And does not seem to be updating it. Anyway, well, whatever. It's not going to be the search. Well, I'm going to do some more of that later, but not right now. So, first thing we need to do is we need to get Visual Studio open. So we want 2017. There it is. We're going to do this in C++, just because it's going to be faster for me. And what the hell? Okay. I don't know why it was so small, but... Alright, we're just going to create a new... Damn you. So I think I hate having this over here, is because it keeps coming out if I go over too far. Alright, we're going to go ahead and create a new solution, well, new project, really. Empty project, call it data creation. DCP. Let's call it DCP. Alright, so first thing we need to do is create a main file here. It's dcp.cpp. Well, yeah, screw capitalization. Alright, so I'm just gonna need IO stream for sure. If I can type. We're gonna need probably... Oh, we'll need string for sure. And vector as well, probably. Almost certainly. I had to think about that there for a second. I haven't written C++ in a year and a half or so. Well, I shouldn't say that. But it's been a while since I've used C++. So I think that's all I can think of right now. We'll need to put in we are going to need to add in the randomization stuff, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Int main return 0. I guess I could use... Well, system's already in here, so that's fine. Don't worry about that. So, first thing we need to do is create a class so that we can do this the right way. So let's go ahead and create a class that will store our... so what this... I kind of explain what the background of this is, so you kind of understand what I'm doing. So I'm working on with this company called Learning Lab Technologies, and they are developing learning apps for kids. So based around the standard of intellect model. So what I'm doing now is I've built I guess I can show you. I've built a test admin panel on the WordPress site, and what I'm planning to do now is to build out this admin panel with some new functionality that wasn't in here before. This will change eventually. Right now I have it set up this way so I could look at it on my phone at the same time, but eventually this will be bigger for the desktop version. So this is the analytics section, and what I'm doing is stuff for this. So right now there's nothing here because that's what I'm working on now. I was going to work on this, and then some of the information I needed to work on that I don't have at the moment, so I'll have to wait on that. But so what we're going to be doing is creating some performance data for the apps that I've created, the test apps I've created in the database, to then use to plug into the charting functionality, which is done with chart.js. and be able to see it working here, just so they get an idea of what it's going to look like when it's done. And so what we're going to be doing is creating a class now in that program that mimics this. So it's going to have these members in it, and we're going to essentially just create data that is built data to this table structure to throw in here, and then say, okay, query all this, show it in this chart, and boom. So it's actually probably a good idea to kind of look at this so we know what we need. Header file, we'll call this data.h. So if and def, or if and def data h, define data h, and then come on, and if. All right. So class data public. So data's constructor, data, and then we'll throw in all of our stuff here. And maybe this will work if we can get this down. And this over. Okay, there we go. So we're going to need so we won't need the ID. Basically, I'm going to be using this to build insert statements with. So we don't need the ID, we just need the account ID. So int ID. We need the application ID. We need a completed bool. We need a completion time, which is in milliseconds. We need a completed on, which is a date. You know, I don't know if I've ever actually used dates in C++ before. Dates in C++. And that's probably why there is no date type. Okay. Well, we could use ctime, I suppose. Yeah. Is ctime's just a timestamp, though, right? It's not like Visual Basic where you got a date time thing. T_time now time. Char dt ctime now. So yeah. Okay. So I'll need to do a little bit of looking at that for. Well, we could just use. So if we just say ctime get time. Yeah. So if we include ctime, we use this time. I guess that's T for timestamp or something, and that gives us a Unix timestamp, I guess. Or no, it's not. Or yes, it is. What is T-time? Current system. Okay, the system time system. System is 1. GM time. Yeah, actually, I have used time before. It's let me open a new one of these, just because it's gonna get a little fugly if I don't. And again, it opens up really small for whatever reason. So I need to go to, I think it's this one that I have the logging in. We can figure out what the hell I did with it. Logging. Okay, yeah, so using ctime, yeah, okay. So time point, system clock now, const t-time now time, system clock t-time, 2 time t now, Prince timestamp. Well, UTC timestamp. So that gets us the date time. And so, okay, so if we just go to local time, outputs a const time. So I think if we get to this state, it's going to be in a timestamp format. Actually, you know what? No, what we just do is we just take this whole damn thing. Because we need to have it in a datetime format, actually. Yeah. Alright. So we do need ctime. What else did I have in there? Just ctime? Time.h. Chrono. So we'll probably need chrono as well. Alright. Where were we over here? So we'll probably need to do it in here, actually. Not there. That will go in somewhere else, but we'll put it here for now so I can keep track of it. But the includes will go in here. So chrono, ctime, and time.h. Why are you not? Oh, it's freaking canon thing down here. Just gonna quit that. Alright, so include. Again, if I can type time.h and include ctime. And then we need to include the STDs as well. So just these two. And put time, possibly. I put them in the wrong file. Those also would probably come over here, though. Well, maybe not. Yeah, these go there. They go over here. Damn it! All right. We will need to include string. Well, let's see if we can, let's move string over to here because that. What'll happen is that whenever we include this into the main, it'll include that. It'll include all these includes as well. So. We won't have to double include it that way. Public. Lowercase p. Lowercase p. I'm too used to VB.net now. I use that most of the time these days, since I use it at work. So we have that. I guess when we generate it, it's going to be a string, so comp date. Oh. Yeah. Not sure about using statements. I don't know if those also carry over or not. They probably do, but I'll leave them both there for now. Anyway, so back to this. So we have our date, complete date. We need the times accessed, so just the number of times they opened the app before completing it. So that's int times accessed, and then accuracy and accuracy. That's gonna be a float, and then inactive time is also it's milliseconds, so it's inac time. Alright. So we've got all of our parameters there. Now we need to actually make member variables out of them. So int, I'll call it data ACCID. Int. Actually, no, we shouldn't have to do that. I've been trying to. I used to do that a lot, like with the class name, and then put the thing in there. But technically, Yeah, you should be accessing things through getter setter functions, so you should never actually need to differentiate a one class's member from another one because of encapsulation and all that jazz. So shouldn't actually have to do that. So app ID. I'm just doing the lowercase d to differentiate it from the parameter we're passing through up there. Be completed. That should be a bool. Int comp time, complete time, string. Completed on. Int num of accesses. Float accuracy and int inactive time. Okay, so that's our stuff there. Now we need to do getters and setters. It's probably a better way to do it than doing individual functions, like somehow creating like a thing without the actual variable definition somehow, maybe, but I'll C#, but I'm not trying to do that in C++, so we'll do it the old-fashioned hard way. Alright, getters. So these are going to be type-based functions, so int get account ID, int get, and once again I am used to VB. Get app ID, int get B did complete, int bool be complete. Alright. Int get comp time, string get comp date, float get, oh no, int get times accessed, float accuracy, and int get inact time. Alright. Then we need to create the setters for all of those. So, let's see if I remember how to do this properly. Use a regular expression on the selection. So we get to get. Or dot until B. Actually, that should just be G. Alright, so that gets everything we need. So what we're going to do is now pretty simple here. We're just going to say, so can we do it? Maybe we can do, oh, we'll see if it works or not. We're just going to replace all that with void B, or void G, or hopefully this works. Void B. No. Okay. So we'll have to do it individually. That's fine. Okay. And also stripped out the tabs, so let's put those back in. Actually, we can just do this. Hopefully it doesn't double tab the first one though. Oh crap, I got rid of everything. No, don't do that. No. Do not unselect. We'll select the tab this time to make sure we get it. And then I'm going to say void G. And then we'll do the same thing with the bool. Okay. Now, in that, let's turn off this. I'm going to change get with set. Now let's change that one to that. Alright, so we got our functions now. All we have to do now in 2017 anyway is do this, hit quick actions, and then we can say create definition, and it'll create our CPP file here and load in all of our definitions, and we just have to modify all that crap. So for the first one, we're just going to do an empty definition, so empty constructor to use for initialization of the objects. And this one we're going to actually do all the settings, so include data H. Now we want to bring over our, or no, that's going to be for the main file, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I guess we could do, well no, because it has to be a string, right, so we can't, never mind. Alright, so, app ID equals app ID, B completed equals comp, without the L, comp time, so, okay. And all these are going to turn to one-line functions. Return CID. Turn, this is the date. Okay. Oh my god. So hard to type around a friggin' microphone. Alright, there we go. I tried suspending this thing upside down, but it fracked up my microphone arm. After a while, anyway, it did. So accuracy. All right. For now, we'll go ahead and disable these. We may need these later, but for now we don't. Because we're going to set everything through the constructor, so we'll go ahead and also comment these out. So we got all this now. There was a way to do this properly. It's kind of weird how you have to add it though. Control find to string. Search project. Okay, didn't find anything, I guess. One match. Oh no, yeah, there it is. Two string. Weird. Oh, string is not in here. That's right, I took it out. Yeah, include. Let's say it's this way. Data.h. No, stop doing that. It's annoying. Alright, there we go. That should pop off. There we go. Yeah. Okay, now we need to bring over that code we commented out over here. Just going to use this to generate our stuff. We will prototype a function real quick. So we'll return a string. So string get date. We'll have that in there. We do need to put time too. We will need to put the... So I was right when I said that we'd put those over there, not in here. Well, I did it correctly and then said it, then broke it, really. That will happen quite a bit. Okay, so put time, we need to do a, using std put time. Or not in NASCAR, it's not put time, it's put time. That should go away. It should go away, and it's not going away because we need to add something else. What do we need to add? Logging. Oh, great, now everything opened up. Here, this one. So ctime, chrono, time. Let me see, where is... Put time is a member of what? iomanip. Ah. Need to add iomanip as well. Okay. Include iomanip. Alright. And come back over here real quick. And it fell off the edge. There we go. So once we get it down to L timestamp, it's in a format we can just put in. Okay. That's not what I wanted to do. Alright, so that should be fine. So we'll just return this then. Or it's just string on the outside. That takes an int though, maybe not. Yeah, so it's a... Okay, so it's a const char. CSTR, I think. Dot C_str. Has no member of CSTR. Crap. So what was this? This outputs a time object. So let's just say put time to string. Let's go search for that. C++. Put time to string. Or maybe we just say put time to string. Because actually I think it's a C thing, possibly. Okay, so put time to trans time. .str. String stream. GM time, timestamp. LT stamp. I'm just gonna say no member or whatever. Yeah. That probably won't work either. Nope. It's a time object, so time object is string. So TMP time. Okay, so use sprintf buffer. Or sprintf buffer is the char array that you create for it. Actually, it'd be good if I'm in the right file. Jeez. Okay, so you need to do a char. I'll just do the. We'll call it buffer. Let's call it str time or something. So I think they just did a return, straight return on it then. Or no, started in buffer, started in that, and then returned that as the okay. So sprintf str time, then ddd. So %d, and then the hour, minute, and second. Well, probably want a bit more than that. So we'll see how this goes. Anyway, so I'm missing something here. So time now, GM time. Oh, auto timestamp. I erased it by accident. Okay, there we go. So LT stamp. Oh, okay, they created a pointer out of it. So TMP time, GM time, local time. So put time GM time object. Okay, we don't even need to use this. Well, technically, well, we'll see what happens. Actually, to be honest, we don't even need that. I'm just gonna say, okay, let's keep it simple. We'll just put a string data in there instead of whatever. So, I'm not even gonna bother with that stuff. That's gonna get too complicated. All right. So now what we do need though is we need the random stuff, which we can grab out of here somewhere. I think it's in here. All right, not in here. It's in random.h or CPP. Or not. Great. Maybe it's in utilities. Random. Yes, we have random included here, so that's a good start. Definitely will need that. Probably then in util CPP we'll have the rest of it. Yeah, here we go. So we need to include this stuff. We'll need math and algorithm. I don't know about exception. Definitely need those. And then all this stuff. Or at least these two. And then this, whenever we want to actually put out anything. We'll need both these actually, so we'll just take these and use these as prototypes. Okay. So we got our random stuff in here now, and we got data class made, so I think we are good to go. So first and foremost, we need to create a vector to store everything in. So vector of data, I guess. Call it app data. So how many do we want to make? It's got to be a good sample size. Oh, and also then for that we need to make a list, some static lists of the app IDs and account IDs that we're going to want to use. Live dashboard. What's this? Oh, notification. Switch back over to channel. Alright, everything's still going. Perfecto. Okay, so we need to, if I haven't already, okay, I've got the accounts, but I need the apps. Select rows, okay. So app IDs 5 through 15. So actually, we can do that in a we can do this in randoms. We don't need to do lists. These can be randoms. So, let's say for int I1 is 0. We'll create 200 records. I1 is less than 200. I1 plus plus. Ah, come on. Pluses, not anything else. All right. So first thing we need to do is create a new data instance to then save into the vector. So data, new data, I guess, mu data. We're going to create some cat data. Equals data Alright, now we need to set up our information. So, first we're going to have new data dot set. Ah, crap. I knew there was a reason for the sets. And now I know why there was a reason for them. Crap. Alright. Very quickly. Actually, let me see. Can we take all the new lines out? Okay, that could be annoying though. But it'll be slightly, well, let's see. We'll have to do this in stages, I guess, so we can get it done correctly. So, control find. Turn back on the regex select. So, first of all, we want to find any new lines after parentheses. Replace it with just the parenthesis. In selection, so replace all. That didn't quite work. Do we have to do R as well? That did not work either. Damn. What is the new line character here then? Maybe it's just R, return carriage. Nope, it's not that. It's an RN. So the ordering matters too. Crap. Definitely have to use that on. Okay. Is there any replies to this? Apparently not. What are these? Comment edit suggested. Alright, fine, I'll approve it. Visual Studio, replace regex, new lines. Find replace new lines or new line. Regular expression. Wait, what? Oh, find that and replace. Okay. I was gonna say, you can also try. Okay, let's give that a try. Nope, that didn't work. What about just one or the other? XOA? Yeah. Damn. Bollocks. Okay. And here's what we'll do. We'll work around this little annoyance here. So we'll find that, replace it with that in selection. And then we'll just have to take the rest out manually. Okay, it's complaining because this is all commented out. Alright, so set. Oh, It'd be nice if we passed parameters with the sets too. Int. Okay. Can we just update these, hopefully? Would be nice, that's probably asking too much. Alright, it's gonna be annoying as hell, but... Just have to redo all that. Decorations with bool. Oh, because it is called the same thing. Or no, it's not. Oh, the name of the crap. B is complete. So did complete and is complete. Little subtleness there. As far as getting her setting. Alright, that should fix that nonsense. Now, let's do the same thing again. Find, and it's not going to keep it, is it? Let's find that, and replace with this, and replace all in selection. I've done it before. I just don't remember what I did to do it. It must have been something weird to get to strip out the new lines. Okay, so other way around. Basically, we're just going to redo what we did up there in the constructor. I probably should have just not done that constructor at all. Oh well. B completed equals comp. Completed time equals comp time. Or is this complete time? Complete time, okay. Date, so completed on. Okay. Now we can start this. So, dot set app ID. And then we're going to call get irand. And we're going to say 5 to 15. So that'll give us a random value in our app range for that. Need to look at accounts. What do we got for accounts? So 27 to 41 for accounts. It's new data dot set account ID. Get I rand. What the hell did I say? 27 to 41. I need to reset the row count on that. Okay, so complete time, completed on, number of accesses. Alright, so new data dot set complete. set did complete. Or B did complete. That's always going to be true. So did complete, complete time. B is complete. Crap. I knew that didn't sound right. Alright, there we go. New data dot set comp time. We'll do another one of these. Get irand. So this is in milliseconds, so 1,000 is a second. So we'll say realistically, based on the types of puzzles and things that the apps actually are, theoretically the most realistic minimum time would be like a 7 seconds or so. So 7,002, and the most realistic maximum time would be, let's say a couple minutes. So 1 minute 60,000, 120,000. So we'll go with let's say 240,000 will be the max. That's like 5 minutes or something. Okay. Come on. New data dot set. It's times accessed, isn't it? Oh no, complete data. Okay, set comp date. This is just going to be a string. So 2019 0126 plus get irand 0 to 24. Okay, there. In VB, the toString function is called by appending it to the end of the thing. Obviously, definitely different from this. So that's just going to set the hour 0 to 24 randomly. I don't care about the rest of it. So then 0, 0, 0, and 0, 0. The rest of it can be just whatever. It can be all zeros. Just, give it a little more randomness. Hell, screw it. We'll do minutes too. Make this a little more realistic. So toString get irand, and then that's going to be 1 to 59. Alright, so date, a random number of hours, random hours, random minutes, random seconds. That'll be our complete date. So new data dot set times accessed. And that again will be get irand. We'll say 1 to 50. I don't really have an idea of what would be a reasonable number for the max. So times access, complete time. I think an act times the last one. Or accuracy. Okay. Set accuracy. Did I even do that one? Yeah, set ac. I did do that one. Alright. That's going to be a float. So get frand. So 0. 0f to 1.0f. So basically a 0 to 1 scale for 1 to 100%. So that'll work. And then new data dot set enact time get irand, and we'll just say anywhere from 1 second to a minute. Okay, so we are now creating our random data here. We're going to create 200 records, and we're going to throw it all into this vector called app data up there. Back new data. Alright, so once we're done now, we need to output this in a way that we can copy it from the console and throw it into Workbench and then just run it. So we need to create input insert strings. So we already have the insert stuff done. We just need to do the actual values part of it. So for that, I mean, technically, even if maybe we don't even need to do this. Maybe all we need to do is just put it down here. So you might not even need vectors at all either, too. So actually, this could probably work even better. So count. Let's see. So we need to do formatting around strings when we need to. All this stuff is really mostly integers, though, except for the date. So we don't have to worry about that. Alright, so we need to have that first. Plus 2 string new data dot get. And the ordering is correct. This is very, very important. Where was my... Oh, I haven't done it yet. Okay. So actually we do need to do the insert string. So string insert string equals insert into application data. Let's see, count ID, application ID. Yeah. And then we'll stop there with that one. And then we'll add that down here. So INSSTR. I've already got the space, so we're putting it there. Or actually, no. Crap. What we want to do is we want to make this be... Let's put this out here instead. And then this will have an endl on it. Because this is, it's going to be one of these multi-line lists where you can just put all this stuff in. What don't you like about that? Endl. Let's determine which instance of template SC is intended. Oh, hell. That would be why. Alright, let's get that out of there. So, count. We don't need that anymore. Alright, so this get account ID. And you know, now that I think about it, we don't even need this anymore. We don't need the... We do not even need the object anymore. To be honest, we're going to do it this way. We just might as well do it this way. ToString... completed true. So we'll just put a 1 there. Comp time. Of course, on this one now we'll need to add in comma and use a apostrophe there. It's got the space. We can fix that at the last one in Workbench. It's fine. Alright, so now, yeah, we just don't even need all this crap. We can do this on one line if we wanted to. It's a little bit long to be on one line, but we could. At the end of this, we'll do a system pause. We don't even need this anymore, so get rid of that. We don't need vector anymore, so we'll get rid of that. We'll need to bring string over this. We don't need that anymore. Okay, so if we run this, we should, assuming there's no errors, it should put out some good stuff. Okay, now we can actually get up here and copy it all. So let's do a mark. We'll need to fix the completed on, I think. This line here. Okay, and then the last one we need to do a semicolon. Alright, if we run this, it should just throw it all in there and not give any errors. Hopefully. Oh, damn, all the... Oh my god, all the floats got printed out. Massive numbers. Oh well, that's fine. Actually, no, it's not fine. We need to fix that. We need to set the precision for that. So count set precision. Now, I know that's how you do it, but you might have to include something as well to do it. Let's see, C++. Set precision. IO_manip, we already have that in there. Oh, STD set precision. Oh, no, we don't have it in here. We removed it when we took out the other thing. There we go. Alright, so that'll set our precision to 2. And we'll get, well, I think we have to do it on the same count in order for it to work. Or not. Okay. Do we have to pass it as a parameter to it? Not used this in so long. Set precision to So do you have to use it before the floats, or maybe that's what we need to do? Let's go ahead and give it a shot anyway. What did I do? I think I didn't, I didn't go far enough. Okay, so we only have one float, so that's a good thing. Oh, right, so we are printing it as a string. I bet that's it. And I'm doing that because in, well, actually, no, it's not. Yeah, okay. Nope, we're good. So ignore that. Alright, so there we go. There's our fixed one. Now we just need to do another mark. And no, we don't want to do that. We do want to do this. Alright, so back over to here. Bring that back up. Bring this down here again. Completed on. We're missing one field. We're missing completion time. So completed completion time. Completion time. Alright, so now if we run it, we should get no errors. Fat chance. Cannot add or update child row foreign key constraints. Oh, okay, so that's because we have account ID and application ID backwards. Yeah. Truncated. Why do you truncate? Completed on at row 7. So application 1 completed, time completed on. So what did it do to it then? Let's go see. So it must have done something with the date that was incorrect. Oh, the dates look fine. Oh, here's one. That's not. Okay, some of them got fracked up somehow. Oh, well, still, we got what we needed. Got our random set of data. So, let's go ahead and create a query here now. So the first one we're going to be doing is for this this chart we're making. So the way it works is that you go to open up the tab, and inside of here we got a select list that has these selections about how to order the things. So by factor, type, or planet. So planet in the context of this thing we're making is essentially you have a planet which has that's a specific planet geared towards a specific factor of the SOI model, and on the planet you have cities which represent different. Well, I shouldn't say. The planet is the overarching type, so like a reading planet, for example. So on that planet, all the apps will be based around reading standard vanilla factors. And the planet will have cities. Those cities will represent subclasses of the particular factors. And then you have the buildings, which represent actual individual factors. And then in the buildings, you'll have rooms that will have the apps in them, and those will represent increasing levels of difficulty. So that's what a planet is in this context. So first what we want to do is we want to well, I'm going to do this real quick. Get chart, get document, element. That's right, element by ID. So the ID is category list, cat list. Dot value. So we just want to get the default value and send it to this to load up the chart automatically. So by default, it'll show this factor one. So that's the one we'll do first, I guess. So how that's going to work now is we have to pull up all the data from the database. We have to then sort it by the factors, individual factors, and then process out whatever we want to in terms of like how we want to do it. Can we do multiple bars? This is a good question. Just gonna get rid of that. So charts, multi-bars. Yes. Okay, so we just have to create multiple data sets for each label. Blah. Okay. How old is this question? 2015. Damn, Charts.js has been around for a while. Alright, so there's multiple data sets for each label. So basically, for each label, you have a data set. Alright, so with that in mind, then we can do whatever we want to. So what we'll do is we'll average the completion time and the accuracy together in individual things, but those will be averaged together, and then that'll get us our performance for that particular factor for that particular app. So select average of, so we'll say AD for app data, accuracy as accuracy. We'll say total accuracy. Actually, we don't need to do as because we're not displaying it. We'll just do that way, and we'll know what they are. And then average of AD dot completion time. So these are milliseconds. So what we can also do then is divide this by 1,000. Like I said, milliseconds, 100 milliseconds in a second. 1,000 milliseconds in a second. So if we did, yeah, so if we divide it by 1,000, calc. So if we have, like, say, 45, it's that many milliseconds, we divide this by 1,000. So it's 45.85 seconds. Alright, so yeah, that's what we can do. Divided by 1,000, so that'll get us the number of seconds in the chart. So we won't have, like, crazy high numbers to look at. Maybe we want to also take this down to minutes to have like a point of a minute or something so that it's not, because what's going to happen is we're going to have all these seconds still, you know, maybe like this one, this 236,000 seconds, that's going to be 236 on the grid. Compare that to like nothing over here that's like anything near that. So you're going to have all the accuracy things are going to be like tiny, tiny, tiny slivers and you won't be able to tell what the hell they are. So we need to make the completion time based on minutes. So 1 minute in a second, or 1,000 milliseconds in a second, and then there are 60 seconds in a minute. So again, back to the calculator, which I courageously closed. So let's say we have 120,000 seconds, so that should be 2 minutes. So if we divide this by 1,000 and divide this by 60, yes. Alright. So that'll give us a little bit more. It'll still be kind of messed up a bit. But we'll just have to do this. We'll have to make it large enough that the scaling will work. So that's the completion time. Now, we're also going to need to know the factors. Yeah. So, we'll just put that in here. So, I think it's just factor name. It's gonna be name. So category name. Yeah. So f dot name. And I really think that's all the data we need. From application data as AD, inner join factors as AF. As F, rather, on okay, we need one more inner join actually. Okay, so let's just run this. Interesting, so everything's on CFC. That can't be right. Let's see, applications, factor 1, 2, 3, 11, 10, so that's right. Application data. So application ID is alright, so it's pulling in all that stuff. So let's comment this out real quick. Select. That seems like way more than it should. Oh no, okay, that's right. That's for every application data we created. So we created 200 of them, so that's right. So yeah, we're getting 2s, 3s, 5s. What don't we have? So I think we have everything actually. Yeah, we have everything 2 to 11. So the question then is, why are we only getting 2s here in our original query? Or whatever factor that happens to be. Oh, we need to do that. So all we're getting is CFC, which is, I don't think, correct. So it's saying it's 2 instead of everything else. So we got 1 to 11 on the factors. Applications. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 5s actually. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we got multiple. We're using these IDs. We got multiples of this up to that. And we looked and we have all these factors in there, but the query is not pulling them in. Let me save this. Oh, well, yeah, I'll save it, but we'll switch that to that. Alright, let's see what we're going to pull in here. Okay, so there's some of the 2s. But then it should go, yeah, to 5, and then to 6, and it should be other IDs. NST. So, select average, and then the F name. Oh, I think we have to do a group by. Now see, in MS-SQL, and this is the reason I didn't think of it, it's because in MS-SQL, which is the other thing I use a lot at work now instead of MySQL or SQLite, it tells you have to do a group by, and MySQL doesn't do that, I guess, if you try and use an aggregate. So group by, so we want to group it by fname, I guess. That looked better. Yeah, there we go. So this is our aggregate performance data now for all the 200 records we just created. And we're going to see something similar to this, and that's actually pretty good. I like this. The spacing is nice. The completion time it's going to be easy to scale it without having to have this, the thing being too high. That said, though, we do have 11 factors to account for, so we're going to have it be a little bit wider on the page. But yeah, so this will work just fine. So we'll take this and throw this into our chart functions function for this one. So prep string equals this. Okay. And then for our prepare, we'll just throw in that string prep string. Yeah, I won't have to do any binding. So actually, I don't know why I thought I'd have to do binding, but we're not going to, which is good. Execute bind results. Now, this is where it's going to get interesting because, well, we would do that in terms of everything. So we just have to change the outer label names for them. So we need to create an array. So chart labels. And then this one will be, we'll call it data labels, because this will be the ones that will be for the specific data. So it'll be, we'll say accuracy average, and then completion time average, or time to complete average, or something like that. Alright, now, so we run that. We fetch these rows. Okay, this is going to be, so crap, we'll have to do like a, we'll have to do a looping fetch, because we're going to do multiple, not just singles this time. Fetch associated, I think. I'll need to go look. Well, actually, yeah, I'll need to go look it up. I'm gonna go digging through my other website code to find it. So PHP, MySQL, MyAQL. Nice. MySQL fetch multiple rows. So while row equals, so you have a result, which is the result of the query. So how can I store a prepared statement as a result? PHP MySQL. Set such. Okay, so we have to call store result, and then we can just do the MySQLi statement fetch over the statement itself. Okay. So Actually, we don't even need bind results either. Store results. And then while I guess it would just be SQL. So equals statement. So statement fetch. Okay, maybe we can do it that way. Well, statement fetch. Get. Well, we'll call this something else, not get user. Get app pref, I guess. Alright, so while we're fetching, we need to store this data in a way that'll make sense. So going through for every factor, we're gonna have a row. So it's gonna be 11 rows. So what we'll do then is well, let's not even worry about that. Let's just call this result data, RSLT data, or something like that. Okay. PHP, what's the PHP pushback? Okay, so array push creates an array. Okay, yeah. Array push, the array you want to push into, and then the elements to do so. Alright, so we have our results. Results data up there. So that's what we're going to use. So as we're going through this, we're going to... So now when we're doing that, how do we access the actual data in the rows? Oh, okay, no, we do use bind. We still use bind result. It's just that we're refilling them every time. Okay. Alright, get app pref bind results to average. Well, it's both averages, so it's actually accuracy, comp time, and then factor name. So, array push. That's our array that we want to work with, and then okay, and that's all we should have to do for that. And we'll set be completed true. Okay, and then when we come down here now, it's going to be more interesting. So we need to loop through. Somehow we need to create a couple. So we have to create some arrays here. Alright, so we'll need to create a data array that'll have all of our stuff in it. Background colors, I think we'll need to... So I think you have to have one of these for each row, each element of each array in the data set. And then data sets, array label, number of. Yeah, actually this is part of the data set, actually. Oh, it is part of the data set. So if you have multiple, how is that? Okay, where the hell did that go to? So, multiple data sets. Okay. So we need multiple data sets. Damn. So we'll need to recreate this in a loop to create the datasets array, and then add that in here specifically. So we'll be creating two arrays then, one for the labels and then one for the datasets. So for well, what am I using data for? Oh, that's for this. Alright, we'll use data 2 then. It's not a very good naming scheme, but I just thought of something we need to do. Because if we just push in like this, then it's just going to be, every 3 is going to be a new thing. We need to actually create a multi-dimensional array out of this, a matrix. So we need to take data 2 equals an array. And this is going to be an array of this stuff. And then this one is just going to be an array of data 2. And that should create a multi-dimensional array that we can use then. So what we do is we say for every, we can do a for each here. For each and result data. Then we have our label array and our data set array. So now for each one of these we want to add to the label array. So we'll just do an array push on that. It's the simple one. Array push. Label array. And then D array 3 or 2. That was a simple one. This one's the harder one now, because what we have to do is we have to recreate this. Structure here. So we have our dataset array. We'll need to create an array to store all this though. So temp array. So actually, it's not so hard, is it? We just need to recreate the structure here, then push it back to here into this. Yeah, that's in this, so that can work. We just put this in here. Okay. So, and then this becomes the label array. Okay, now this is going to be D array 0 and 1. You don't need 2. And the labels are going to be accuracy, average, and then okay, with any luck, that's all we'll need to do. Well, actually, we'll need to do one more thing here. Close that off. So hopefully, that's all we need to do to get this to work. And that should just come back over here like it should. Load up that data into the data property of the actual chart array, and then pass that back to the page and get it processed. And then it should display over here. So let's go ahead and throw this into our tab. So this is going to go underneath analytics, so apps. No, app performance. Alright, and like I said with the chart width, we need to make it bigger, so it'll scale down, but we won't be able to see very much of it. So we'll go ahead and set this to 8. We'll set 700 for now, and the height we can put to 450. Well, let's see what that does. Whoops, not that one. Save changes. Now I need to re-upload these so we get the changes to those into the server. So FileZilla is way down here. So I just need to go to grant PHP. If I can hit the H instead of the G, I'll be good. Okay, just put those up there and see what explodes. Alright, so we go back to our test page, reload it. Yeah, I've got an error, nice. Alright, so And that's obviously going to be from something going on with the code. So we're going to have to go to Putty and go see what the server is complaining about. So Putty EC2 user. Whoops. That ain't gonna work. Alright. Sudo su cd. Alright, so we need to go to etc. httpd and logs. Should just be error log. Yeah. So nano error log. Alright, let's go see what's going on. Unexpected equals in chart PHP on line 8. Oh, crap. I forgot to remove that. Alright, let's go ahead and push chart back up. Alright, we still got an error. I expected it. To give me a couple errors. Let's get out of that and reopen it and see what we have. Alright, so separate unexpected string identifier and var pchart. Chart functions, unexpected double slash online where 21 and functions. Unexpected. Line 21, unexpected. Huh, interesting. That is the PHP comment, though, I'm pretty sure. Oh, is it the other way? Oh, crap. Wow. I don't know when I did that, but that's all over the place. Alright, now we can push that back up. Any other insane, stupid errors that I made? Apparently so. Back to Putty. Alright, another unexpected functions, line 56. Curly brace is not expected. On line 56. Oh, yes, because we need to do that. Once again, VB's screwing me over. In Visual Basic, there are no semicolons to denote end breaks, line breaks, end of lines. Which I find really, really disturbing as a programmer. It's like almost every other language has semicolons to denote line break, end of lines, but not VB, I guess. I guess for VB users, semicolons would be too hard of a concept to understand or something. Or else Microsoft decided, no, what the hell? Did I upload it? I'm pretty sure I did. Alright, what's now? What's next? Unexpected while. Damn it. Why is the while unexpected? Same fracking problem. There's another one. Let's fix that while we're here. Okay, any other missing semicolons? Okay, I think not. Alright. Now, hopefully all these semicolon errors will be gone. We can get into the real freaking errors, like server destroying errors or something. Putty X back in, page down. Yeah, we got an in. It's not, is it in or is it a semicolon? Or a colon, rather. For the for each loops. I'm betting it's a colon. Or, if I can figure out where the, oh, here it is, this. I think it's, yeah, probably. Oh, let's actually go look that up, I suppose. That'd be the faster way. Get all these things out of the way. I don't know why, but for some reason the page loads multiple times. For some reason, I just don't get it. The jQuery function command gets called a bunch of times, or on load or whatever the hell that is. The one that you use to pull in all the stuff. Whenever the page is done loading. PHP for each loop. Well, for each loop. For each loop, there is a janitor. No. For each as, so for each R as value. Okay. Yes. So for each result data as darray. And this is an as. Alright. That's what happens when you know as many as 8 different programming languages. They all start bleeding together, especially when you don't use them for a while. Back over here. Oh, we did upload it. Okay. I'm not even gonna say it's gonna work. I'm gonna say it's gonna have an error. That's a safe bet. Oh wow, it didn't. Although the charts are kind of really, well, something's going on. It's not erroring out though. Index anonymous jQuery explicit token. Okay. Just some random line with nothing on it. jQuery, success. Aha. So it's on the. Yeah, okay. Oh no, yeah. So it's on, so post admin Ajax PHP response tab cont ID. So tab contents ID. And it's saying unexpected parentheses. So that would mean that in my code somewhere there's an unexpected parenthesis in the return? No, in the JavaScript. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so that's for the first chart. And it seems to get thrown. Well, this is loading. Kind of. Sort of. Some of the data loaded, some of it didn't. So the question is... Guess we'll run that again and we'll pull the actual value out. And see if we can pull it apart and figure out where the hell the thing is at. So response. Okay, this is the response. So this is all of our code for the tab. So JavaScript and whatever they injected into it as part of the tab as well. Tab plugin. Undocument. Unclick. JavaScript. Charts. So HTML response. Alright, so we've got our HTML. Okay, so tab function overlays, blah blah blah. And then come to our JavaScript here. So display flex. Canvas script, my charts. jQuery function. jQuery. That's right. That's right. Okay. So we have this value. Could it be because we have this twice? It's possible, I suppose. Because we're calling, well, this is actually loading on. So no, this is not called twice. But we do have this, which is calling get chart documents cat list value. Should be calling this, which should be setting up this. That's interesting. Oh, because it's a function, right? Dirt. That's the problem right there. Boom. All right. Okay then. Yeah, go away. Okay, save that. All right, so any more errors? Good, I'm gonna hedge my bets and say probably, but we'll see. Alright, well, it's loaded up this. However, the chart data didn't load properly. That could be for a number of reasons, one of which could be that the data coming from the function isn't correctly formatted or something. And this one I found was an old chart.js multi-bar chart. That was an old Stack Overflow. Stack property. So. So bar, we got all that. Number votes, blah blah blah. Border color, border width. Charts, bar chart. Stacked bar chart. Here we go. How come you're not going to show an example of it? Damn you. So I guess we have to have these as well. So scales, axes, x-axes, y-axes. And that is set in the chart, I believe. Or cancel. That was the new one. Or was it? Oh, that was no. That's just. Oh, yeah. That's the. No. So chart scales, axes. So we already have ticks in there. So scales, y-axes, array, ticks. Again at 0. So it's that array. That's that array. We want to do another one on this one. Okay, and then we also want to do another one here for the x-axis. Okay, so let's go ahead and throw chart back up there. And that factor dropdown is not displaying correctly either. Yay, we have an error. Nice. Probably didn't do that one right. So this closes off that. That closes off that array. We want another array that closes off that array. This closes off that array. Oh yeah, we need one more. Let's close off this one, and then this one closes off the main one. That was the problem. And we still have no data. Great. Alright, let's go do some sleuthing here. So, let's just do an inspect on this. Will it? No, it won't carry over to the sources, so will it? Damn. So, on click, conflict, scroll. Find app chart. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to throw a break here. And yeah. Okay, so what is in... I'm going to delete that. What is in chart.json? Nothing for the moment. If I spell it correctly, though, maybe it'll be different. Alright, so we do have an object. Data is null. That's not good. Null data. Alright, there's our problem. So we'll need to do some work in the PHP actually itself. So I need to open up a new file. Need to open up test. And in test, we need to get rid of all this crap. And instead, all we need to do is call chart functions. And then we need to call, we'll do a print R on get that's what we called it. Call it pref instead. And the category. In this case, it's going to be factor. Right, then we need to push that up. And then okay. So, failed to grant PHP test. Include chart functions. Because it's not underscore, it's damn. Forgot I was going to change the names of those. Alright, there we go. So, cannot... crap. Because... I need to friggin' upload it. Damn it. Alright. Of course, it would help if I saved it first. It's going to be one of those days, apparently. Alright, here we go. So, array push expects parameter... oh. Okay, so there's our problem. One of the array pushes is getting nulls instead of what it's supposed to. So, we've got to figure out which one. It's probably the one in this loop. Here. So what I want to do is I want to do an echo of ACC. So we also have this one down here too. Maybe these, I think maybe we also have to define these as an array to start with, otherwise it's null. That's also potentially possible. That's for what's causing the issue. PHP is kind of weird in some aspects like that. Well, it isn't. I mean, technically this is the same as initializing it, but you really shouldn't have to do that because you're saying that it's an array. It should just automatically format it as an array, but whatever. Let's upload that and see what happens. And there we go. We now have our information. Okay, so data sets is coming out as nothing still. But we have data coming out of the while loop, which is good. And we have the labels, which is good. So we are 3 steps short of having an actual plan. So now for some reason, the other half of this isn't working. Data str, data array. So, this is working. Oh. It's probably working, we just have to set it first. So, array push. Things always work when you actually add them to things that you're returning. Okay, let's go ahead and put that back up and check this again. Aha, we have data. We have lots of data. I wonder what, let's see, translate this page. Show me what you're going to translate this to Google. This should be interesting. Translated. Okay, so it says translated, but what are you translating it from? It doesn't say what it's translating it from. Okay, so what we can do now is we need to go back over here and kill off our prints, or delete them really. Otherwise that'll pollute the JSON data. I think it was just that one here. We also had one in chart. Oh no, that was on the test. That's fine then. So we just need to push chart functions back up. And then let's see if the magic happens this time. Yay, errors. It's always fun. Okay, what do we got? More errors. What are they? So, undefined app get... Oh, damn it. Yeah, okay. I knew there's a reason I wanted to go to chart to change something, because get app pref. Just could not remember exactly what. Okay. Get rid of all these messages. Okay. Loading. Okay, we got another error. So now what are you complaining about? Call the undefined get at pref? What the hell did I call it then? Perf, not pref. Well, one of these days I'll make something work on stream the first time. Something not simple. Let me rephrase that. Okay, no errors. That's good. We got data here. Performance. No. Still no data. Okay. So we need to go back over here to our breakpoint and see what's going on. And maybe that the formatting has changed since then. They don't show you the actual data formatting for stacked bar charts. Oh, it's stuck on the... yeah. I've got one there. I bypassed it, didn't I? Crap. Okay. Now what do we have? Data. Damn it, data's still null. So we're getting this back. Data. We're sending back the right category, right? It's not. We didn't capitalize it here, did I? Oh, bloody hell. No, yeah. I need to go to the code. Okay. One step at a time. Okay, so that's the... Oh no, this is the... Aha, there we go, we got that. Data sets, we've got 10 data sets. Awesome. Though the values are all fracked up because they're decimals, but something interesting should happen this time. Well, we got a bunch of undefines. What did I forget to put in? Well, anyway, get the idea. So eventually, what'll happen is that we'll have all these sections here at the bottom: CFC, CMR. These are all factors. They'll have two bars going up. One will be the accuracy, and one will be the completion time, and it'll be shown across that for all of them. Okay, cool. It does resize as needed, as would be expected of the Flexbox, though it is kind of going over the side on this one. We'll need to make it larger so it can hold all that. Which also means that this is probably not... Well, we might have to do it... We could do it as a stacked bar chart, I think. If we... Or, yeah, stack... whatever, you know, instead of doing it this way, do it the other way, horizontal bars instead of vertical, on mobile. So I think that's probably what I'll do with that. Unless you have like a massive iPad or something, a 50-inch iPad or something on a wall. Maybe that would fit on it, but... so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop the streams, and I'm going to change the titles and whatnot on them, and we'll go ahead and do some streaming for The Surge and whatever other game I feel like playing. We'll do that for a couple hours probably. So I will be right back.